Hello and welcome to Miss Hannah Loves Grammar. In this video we'll be answering the question, why use a colon rather than a semicolon? There are a few slight differences between semicolons and colons, and it's important to know these differences in order to be able to apply each punctuation mark correctly to the sentences you seek to use them in. So a colon introduces a list of items, or it's clarifying the first sentence through the second sentence that follows after the colon. So here's a sentence that definitely shouldn't have the semicolon that currently exists in the sentence. Luke checked the heating, semicolon. It was 16 degrees. A semicolon is often used for two independent clauses that make sense on their own, that are linked by a common thread or idea. As you can see, what follows after the semicolon is not really an independent clause. It's referring to the heating. So a colon is much better placed when we write Luke checked the heating, colon. It was 18 degrees. I'm referring back to what his check on the heating told him. The other major difference between a semicolon and a colon is that when you join clauses with a colon, they can be of unequal weights. By that, what I mean is that one clause can have many words, and what follows after the colon may just be a singular word. Yet with a semicolon, this is not the case. Normally with a semicolon, we would expect it to be balanced. That's why this example in red is incorrect. Lily missed one person, semicolon, Rawat. Now what we should have had instead was Lily missed one person, colon, Rawat, because there's an unbalanced style to this sentence. We want to know who the name of the person is that Lily missed, and we get the clarification of who that person is in what follows after the colon. But if we don't actually use the colon, we use a semicolon, it's as if Rawat is a sentence on its own when it's just a person's name here. Yet it's important for us to realise that with a semicolon, clauses need to be more balanced in order for them to make sense on their own. So, for example, I ate all I needed, semicolon. It was absolutely delicious. What I've done is separate I ate all I needed, makes sense on its own. It was absolutely delicious, also does too. And I'm linking together this broad idea that what I ate was enough and what I ate tasted good. There's a thing that's linked throughout, and that's the theme of food and its taste. There's a distinction though, isn't there? With the colon, it's an individual word, or a way of clarifying what's come before the colon by what follows after it. Now it's your turn. For each of the three sentences, consider if they're grammatically accurate, and if not, how would you change them? Hit pause if you need thinking time. So, how do you get on? I love the charm, food, weather and people, Italy. As you can see, there is a build-up in the first sentence that is before the colon. And it's an unbalanced sentence, if you like, because what follows after the colon is simply one word. Hence why the colon is the correct punctuation mark to use, because we get clarification about where I'm discussing or who these people are and where they are from, what this weather could be equated to when I reveal after the colon that I'm talking about Italy. So this sentence is grammatically correct. I have a race tomorrow, semicolon. I can't go out partying tonight. This is a sentence made of two independent clauses that are joined together. By that, what I mean is I have a race tomorrow makes sense on its own, as does I can't go out partying tonight that follows after the semicolon. There is a common thread between these two sentences, and that is simply that because I have a race tomorrow, I shouldn't be out and partying this evening. That is the common thread. We don't need what follows after the semicolon as clarity of what I've said before. If anything, I'm just adding more additional information. This is grammatically correct. Finally, method, whisk eggs and heat oil on a pan on low heat. This is correct. What we are doing is giving an instruction. I'm listing what I need to do after the colon. As you can see, a colon often is used to introduce information. So it makes sense that I would write the method and then after that begin to list the instructions that I'm using. The functions of a semicolon are broadly speaking to draw together two independent ideas that are linked by one common thread or theme. The functions of a comma, whether that's to introduce new information or items, or to clarify what was said first by what follows after the colon, is actually quite a different set of reasons and rationale. It's important we know that, so now we can apply that to any of the writing tasks we choose to continue with, or share our ideas more fluidly. Why not subscribe to Miss Hannah Loves Grammar for all things English, literary and grammatical?